Marty, how was that to do that portrayal?
Well, it was wonderful. Times I've done it before a television camera. I've done it. You may recall you were at one of my first presentations at one of the Toastmasters groups, and I've done it at Rotary clubs and churches. And there's an energy that you get from the audience that the camera doesn't quite give you. So it was an interesting experience, and I was very delighted to have the opportunity to come and be invited to share this incredible story with you.
A huge contribution to our show and to the understanding that, everybody can have this idea, and build their own project, come into this project. And I'm wondering, how did you decide to really get into this, to do this portrayal?
It started with my being involved with a couple of other projects in Africa. One was to bring clean water to the African people. There's an organization out of San Luis Obispo, Life Water. And another one was to bring light to those who do not have light. And through that, I heard these stories relative to microcredit, and I kept hearing the words, and I started studying about microcredit, and I became very enthused. And then I started to talk about microcredit to various groups as Marty Jenkins. And then came along Muhammad Yunus, winning the Nobel Peace Prize. And I became very mesmerized by this guy. If you get an opportunity to Google him, go in and watch some of his streaming video as he received his Nobel Peace Prize, or he spoke before the National Press Club. And he's a mesmerizing individual. And I felt so very simpatico with him. And one time, going down the road, I had this aha. And the aha was that one, I wanted to utilize this as a way to try and make a difference. And two is just maybe by portraying Muhammad Yunus, it would have far more appeal and draw than if I called you up and I said, I'm Marty Jenkins, I'd like to come on your show as Marty Jenkins to talk about microcredit. It doesn't have that same sort of appeal. So I find myself very energized to go before groups and to portray Muhammad.
I'm curious how locally somebody can get involved with contributing to this project.
There isn't yet a organization to do that, and it's one of the things that I'm hopeful of doing. One of the things that will be happening is that there's going to be a major event coming up, and hopefully Fred has that and can put it on the screen, because one of the worldwide players on microcredit is going to be speaking at Victoria Hall on September the 18th at 7 o'clock. And this woman's name is Ann Hastings, and she's executive director of a group that does microcredit in Haiti. And her organization is called FONCACI Microfinance Institution. And she's done an incredible job in Haiti. She's taken it from being no borrowers to 45,000 people are being served in Haiti. And Haiti, poorest of the countries in the Western Hemisphere. So I think it's going to be a real opportunity to come. It's a part of CAP Center presentations. It will be free at Victoria Hall. And we're hopeful that people will be interested and come to that. There is another organization called Kiva. And if you go on the internet and you go to kiva.org, this is a very interesting site. And it's a site where you can go in and see a whole variety of small entrepreneurs around the world. You'll see their picture. You'll see their story of whether they're chickens to do something or other, or driving push taxis or whatever. Because recognize that microcredit is totally focused on helping people create business. This isn't loans to handle other things, but it's to create businesses so that they can take care of their families, that they can hire other people. So if you go to kiva.org, you'll have an opportunity to look at it, and you can then go and loan as little as $25, and I mean loan. You get no interest back, but you loan as little as $25, or you can loan more. And then you can track how your entrepreneur is doing in that country. And I think this is a wonderful way to first get introduced into microcredit and getting that feeling of what it's like to move from donating money, which is wonderful, to lending money. Just to give you an added idea, the difference, if indeed you took and you said you're going to do $100 a year of donating money, and instead you loan that. If you loaned $100 for a year and you got it back, the second year you can then loan $200. The third year you can loan $300. And through that, at the end of 10 years, first of all, that $1,000 you would get back if you wanted, okay? Or you could give it to your heirs. And there will be 55 people who had been loaned $100 for 1 year, which often is enough to get them out of poverty. So it's an incredible leveraging of your money to try and make a difference in.
So why this? I mean, out of all the things that you can put your time and your effort, why?
I think we all feel this calling relative to the poor, and for me, I had seen it on TV, and I would turn it off. I would move to the station because I thought it was something that could not ever be resolved, and so rather than deal with it, I'd flip the channel. And Yunus came into my life, and by golly, this man is doing it, and I feel very simpatico with him and very drawn to try and see what I can do to be a part of.
And you wanted to bring this to Santa Barbara.
I do, yes. We're looking at doing a Muhammad Yunus support group and talking about practical ways that we can do microcredit things from Santa Barbara.
Well, what can people do to support you here?
Well, I think it'd be a really good start to go to this program, because I think we're all going to learn a lot from that program. Additionally, I delight in going and making presentations elsewhere, and hopefully Fred has my information on where I can be contacted. I just love going into schools, the Rotary clubs, and those sorts of things, and sharing this incredible story. And so I encourage people to get in contact with me. I come and I share this story for free, and it's my hope that this will generate some energy and we'll be able to do some things. One of the groups, the Rotary Club, they feature this. And Rotary has honored Yunus. They gave him their highest level award, $100,000 in '99. So I'm working also with the Rotary Clubs local to try and move it from a theoretical thing to something that we can really do and take on a project, whether it's Mexico or somewhere else, to do.
Any last words you would like to say?
No, I just appreciate the two of you and what you're doing. I appreciate the opportunity to be here and share. And I just encourage those who are interested to get involved and visit Kiva, come to this seminar, and contact me. We'll see what we can do together.
Right. And so Kiva, I'd like to flash that. It's KIVA.
KIVA.org. O-R-G.
O-R-G, okay. This is a way to get more information and also to
tip your toe into the practicality.
And contribute.
For $25,
Yeah.
you can choose someone, and you'll find someone on there that you say, wow, that's your business, you like their picture, you know, whatever it is that motivates you to want to make a difference. Yeah. And you can do it starting $25 on you.
Just think, if I want to go into business, which I have thousands and thousands of dollars, here's $25 just to help somebody. You really make a difference. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Gigi.
And,
thank you, Rick. Good
hope to
pleasure.
hear more about this. So stick around.